What's wrong with my attire? I'm wearing a black plain shirt. You're wearing a shirt with, what do you know, cat hair all over it right here.
Well,
So,
hang on a second, all right? You did ask me to show you your cats because you were so interested in cats because you're a cat lady. I won't take anything you're saying until I come to your house and prove that it doesn't stink of ammonia, all right? Because
I never said it doesn't stink of ammonia.
all right. Those aren't the cats. That's just me, all right? Okay?
Today, Will and Jen are going to put their email skills to the test, something that I think they're both very familiar with. This time, we're using close. Now, Will and Jen, your task is to follow up the following email that I'm going to read out loud and make it better. At the end, Stelly, the CEO of Close, is going to critique your emails and choose the best one. All right, here's the scenario. You just received an inbound demo request from Michael Scott at Dunder Mifflin. They had a positive trial of Close and want a demo to learn more. You gave him a call within 5 minutes of his form request, but he didn't answer. You left a voicemail, and you need to send a follow-up email to make sure you don't lose this hot lead. Let's take this bad email and turn it into an excellent one, worthy of a quick reply. I'll drop you guys this email in the chat so you can get a closer look.
Just left you a quick voicemail. It does what I cannot stand, which is adds the word quick to something, which only makes that word and phrase longer. So if you say just left you a quick voicemail, that phrase is now one additional word. I cannot stand that. It's also a full whole-on sentence. We don't need to be writing sentences in the subject line. So short to the point.
That M dash is screaming AI copy immediately. Even though they are apparently real copywriters do use them, I don't believe that. So AI subject line for sure. I don't disagree with Jen's point about just and quick. It's added waffle. It could just be left you a voicemail.
Yeah, or voicemail.
Same effect, if anything, more click-worthy.
Just sounds kind of desperado.
I know. It sounds like a marketer.
Or someone who's like behind their goal and they're like, I have an inbound lead. Like,
I've never been more excited in my entire life. This is the best thing that's happened to me all week.
We're going to give you guys both 5 minutes to make it a better email.
I'm
starting the 5-minute timer in 3, 2, 1.
Can I make noises to distract Jen?
You are so distracting already.
Oh, I haven't had enough coffee or Vyvanse today to pull this one off. Hang on.
I love how you both have your readers on. It's like...
Oh, I know. We've aged.
Since last season. You all have just 1 minute and 21 seconds left. 10 seconds left. So come on, let's finish up those emails. I'm about to make you stop writing. Hands have to be up. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
This is crap.
That was my initial reaction as well.
This is
Jen can go first since you went first. If you know how to screen share on this one.
I know how to screen share. I know how to share my screen.
This is some like 80s girl band song.
Okay. Don't act like you don't like the 80s. Everybody likes the 80s. Here's my email.
All right. Let me have a look at here. Closed demo. Did he ask for a demo? Like I don't mind it. It's all right. So you'd like to see a demo of Close. Do you have a calendar link that I can use to pick a time, or should I send mine? I like that for sure off the bat. Like you're doing you want them to do at the very top. So I'm struggling to find a critique on that one because again, if we read that first line, doesn't need to read the rest. Smart executive writing tip there, Jen. I'll give you kudos for that. Now onto the bad, the ugly, the Jen, as I like to put it. Acme did something similar in addition to showing how close.
You skipped the second line.
Yeah, I don't care. Dwight mentioned you're debating the move from Square Street. That didn't happen. Don't lie to Michael Scott like that. You didn't.
I called Dwight.
Oh, you called Dwight. See, the thing about all of this is, like, I like how you didn't reference the voicemail because you never would have called them in the first place, Jen, because we all know you're afraid of the phones. So I like the fact that you've changed the entire narrative, that there was no voicemail because you know you wouldn't have actually made the call in the first place. This would have been your first step. Inbound lead, no urgency. Let's send them an email. That's what you would have done in this situation, let's be real. So I'm glad you've acknowledged that head on by not referencing the voicemail at all. P.S. Tell Angela I'm a proud owner of her cat calendar. Hang on a second, all right? You did ask me to show you your cats because you were so interested in cats because you're a cat lady. I believe we had a bit of debate that you weren't a cat person, so now I'm getting kind of dispute. Are you lying to impress Michael, which is unethical, or are you truly a cat lady, Jen? All right, whose house stinks of ammonia? There we go. I think those are the
calendars.
key, two kind of key takeaways from here. You're lying. The PS. How did you find out about Angela's calendar? This seems like made up, fake personalization, if you ask me.
When I was researching it, because I still research inbound leads, Angela's cat calendar came up. So I
Pull up the
figured
website where that calendar exists right now. Prove it.
It's private. You can't
All right.
access it.
I give this a, and I'm going to be actually not as mean. I'm going to give this a B plus, A minus,
Wow.
A minus.
I don't think you need the VM. What I don't like is when people leave a voicemail and then they tell you 55 times they left a voicemail. Someone can see if they left a voicemail.
I'm going to challenge you on that one, but go ahead.
Okay, I would like just done, miff, and close. I do agree with your logic of don't do dunder, mifflin. Done, miff, and close as more of a familiar tone. I like that. And you want the name of the company in the subject line, I think, because you're looking for something that they already established familiarity with. I do love this line. Looks like yourself, Dwight, and Jim have been poking around in close. I like the language of poking around because you're not assuming, like the first email did, that it's a serious thing and it's happening. I think the casual tonality means like you recognize they're exploring a tool. They haven't made a decision. So I actually really, really love that. Typically, looking at new tools while rewarding can be a bit overwhelming, especially when moving from spreadsheets. I like that because I think, again, it gets at the elephant in the room, which is I'm looking, but I don't know if I actually want to make the jump. So I love that you acknowledge it. I love the part around have a couple ideas. I think this is the thing that we often miss in cold emails is people are really interested in ideas before they're interested in products.
The reason why I referenced the voicemail twice, by the way, Jen, you wouldn't know this because I know you don't make any calls, but oftentimes, if you can highlight that if they don't answer this email, that you're actually reaching out another channel, it starts to tie a bit together a bigger picture. It's called combo prospecting, where you can tie your voicemail to your email. So the idea is that's going to point towards this, and it's going to tie together, oh, that's a connection between that person who called me and this. Also showing that I'm probably going to call them again, so you better respond to this email if you want to get rid of me.
So you're threatening them.
In a sense, yes, but not directly.
Okay. I think if you had just started with looks like yourself, Dwight and Jim, and I saw in my inbox preview, looks like yourself, Dwight and Jim, I'm like, ooh, here's someone who knows multiple members of my team. That to me is a higher payoff than left you a voicemail. That is like,
Fair enough.
ooh,
Fair enough.
I screened that person's call, so I'm probably going to screen this email. So difference in opinion.
Now we're going to find out who won.
Do we really need
What are you,
to
the
wait?
host now?
Do we really-
What are you doing?
Typical
Will,
man. Just
Sit
take
down
one.
and know your f***ing place. We don't need to mansplain this to us.
Now let's go to Stelly to see who won. We're gonna come meet next time, and then we'll crown a winner on this episode. You guys, let's go to Stelly's feedback.
Well, let me read the email. I'm not going to read it out all at once, but I'll let you know what I think. First and foremost, the most important thing to me is the subject line. If the subject line isn't great, I'll never see your email. So that's the most important thing I'll judge. Would I see this in my inbox and would I want to open it? Closed demo. So this is not bad, but it's also not as activating as possible. Closed demo could be also an automated email. I'd love for this to be like your demo request or your request yesterday at 9 p.m. or something. If it was a little bit more making me remember that this was about my request and that this was surely written by a human, I'd love it more, but it's okay. It's kind of sweet. I think this is more human. This is more like, hey, I could, I saw that you want a demo. I could send you a link, but you can also send me a link. So this is a pretty good email. It's sweet. It's sort of not too long-winded. It references both sort of somebody else that I'm working with, as well as a kind of a reference, another company that's done this successfully. And it tries to schmooze me by telling me something about and I don't know who I am anymore in the office reference here, but somebody I know and you're using their calendar. So it has a lot of schmoozing in here, a lot of referencing, warming me up, which is good. The thing that I don't love is the subject line. I feel like it reads too auto-generated, not referencing the strongest conversion point, which is I requested a demo. I filled out a form. I did something. I don't know what I did, but it's something that requested a demo. I would reference to that stronger, make it a little bit more human. I would not hate if it ended with a more clear next step. It could be a little sharp on the action item there, but overall, I think pretty good. All right, show me the next one. This references the voicemail that you left me. It does read auto-generated. Too many things in here that don't read quite as human to me, so don't love the subject line as much. Again, this is a really good email. It reads very human, warm, it's charming, it's very likable. Probably you will like the person that sent me this, right? So it's very warm, very personable. So this is very good on a number of levels. The end has a bit more of a concrete action item. This is a personal style question. I like when I have to do less thinking, like when I'm burdened with less decision-making, less thinking. So one thing that I don't love in both emails is that the burden is on me to now decide what to do next here. I usually tend to try to take away that and make the decision simpler, smaller. Are you free here or there? Is usually easier for people to answer than when is a good time for you. I think that both emails are good. I think subject line, Will's is worse than Jen's. I think call to action at the end, Will's is a little bit better than Jen's. Both of them are pretty strong on the charm attack, right? For different reasons, they're both very charming and very personable. So if I had to rate these, this is very tough because you're both trying to influence me and hustle, which I appreciate, at different points. Jen hustled me at the beginning and Will is now trying to hustle me at the very end. This is too balanced. Getting it early, but never stop. Never stop. You have to keep hustling.
It's a good match between these two. It's very 50-50, but in order to find the final winner between these two, can you give each of these emails a grading from A+ being the best to F, meaning they failed?
They're definitely not Fs. They're also not A+ in my book. So I will give Will's email a B-. It's good, but it's lacking in two really important areas. I think the subject line is going to prevent me from opening, which really hurts the rating. And I will say that I would give Jen's a B. Subject line, also not that great, but much better. Much more likely I'll open it. That's the crucial aspect. This was too difficult. The biggest criticism I have for both of you is you made this too hard. One of you should stand out much more from the other. What the hell?
Thank you to Stelly. Jen is now in the lead with 2 games to her name. Will, I need you to catch up, bud.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it go. It's not, everyone likes an underdog, and I'll come back. Fine. You've just lit a fire in my house. Stelly, thank you. Jen, thank you. And I'll be back next week to win. See you then.